Hi guys, Ray here from City Fans TV. I apologise in advance. Got some horrible internet. It was not. I'm not paying the money, but it should be fine. Apparently got 4G. 4G should be enough. How are you doing, Bernard?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. Mine's played up as well, so we're a combined rubbish internet. Obviously, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, now we'll get in there with my exclusive interview with Bernard, big City fan, Bernard Dinneen from the Citizen Channel. Well, team is out. Well, not team is out. Squad is out. Bernard's frozen. Maybe it's just me. Squad's out. I'm going to run through this and bear with us. We have teething trouble. But hey, guys, look, here's the thing. Okay, I'm on tour at the moment. I'm rushing around. It's not straightforward, but still sticking out content for you guys. Oh, sorry, Linear. Look, I'm on my blooming phone using that as Tinternet. I've just realised instead of the hotspot, I'd been better off using my phone out on my StreamYard. But hey, here we are. Right, let's go through this in two stages. We've got, right, we'll talk about them in a minute in more detail, but I'm just going to rattle through the names. Kyle Walker, Ruben Diaz, Calvin Phillips, Johnny Stones, Nathan Ake, Joao Cancelo, Matteo Kovacic, Haaland, Jack Grealish, Emerick Laporte, Rodrigo, Stefan Ortega Moreno, Kevin De Bruyne, Julian Alvarez, Bernardo Silva, Sergio Gomez, Manuel Akanji, Ederson, Maximo Perrone, Scott Hassan, Phil Foden, Oscar Bob, Cole Palmer, Rico Lewis, James McAtee. Okay, guys. Hello, Big Morgan. Here's the thing. Let's go through it and one at a time. And Bernard, we'll get your opinions as to whether you're surprised they're there.
Well, Guardiola's on his way as well, isn't he, apparently?
Shh, don't tell anybody. That's a secret. Guardiola's signing for City. I've been saying that for weeks. It's just a matter of time. Actually, I did a video today which hasn't uploaded yet on Laporte leaving, Guardiola arriving, and I was going through why it's taken so long or one of the reasons. These things take time. Okay, good things. Those who wait. We've got to wait a long time for Guardiola, so he'll hopefully flying over there. But we'll start. I mean, it's going to be interesting because there's a lot of players there on that list. Obviously, no Riyad Mahrez. Let's get that in up front. So a lot of players on that list who you think some of them won't be here at the end of the transfer window. Some of the kids, maybe they could have been more. It's interesting to. I think we'll look at that in different aspects. But it'll be interesting to talk about which kids made it, which kids didn't. That might be actually the subject for a full video. But obviously, Kyle Walker, do you expect him to leave? Are you surprised he's there?
Not really. I mean, I'm still not expecting him to. Obviously, there's a lot of strong words that he is, but I'm still, the jury's out on that one, I think, still at the moment.
We've got Ruben Diaz, who you'd expect, Calvin Phillips, who's been linked with Liverpool. Obviously, you'd expect people like John Stones, Nathan Ake. Joao Cancelo, you disappointed that he's going?
Well, I mean, this guy, the last time Joao Cancelo was with us, he tried to take half our team out, didn't he? So I have no idea why he's even considered. I would have left him at home with the under 18s or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know why Joao Cancelo's going. I'm not happy. Kovacic, obviously, Haaland, Grealish, Laporte. Okay, I think Laporte leaving may speed up now that Kovacic is arriving, but you've got to, I guess you've got to include him. Rodri, Ortega Moreno, KDB, Julian Alvarez, Bernardo Silva. I'm hoping to do a very special video on Bernardo Silva tomorrow.
Staying, mate. It's signing, it's re-signing.
With this team. It's going to be an exclusive, Bernard. Don't give the game away.
Well,
obviously, Sergio Gomez.
There's a lag here between me saying
Edison,
something and you answering. It's about a 10-second lag.
Yeah, this is it. There's only 9 people watching, so no one's going to know. We've got Scott Carson, Phil Foden. Okay, I think most of them you're not bothered about, really. I think the focus for thee and me is going to be the kids that are staying, the kids that are not going, or the kids that are there. Okay. So we've got, it's interesting. Oscar Bob, Cole Palmer, Rico Lewis, James McAtee. I'm going to start off by saying Rico Lewis, should expect him to be there. He was part of the first team last season. He played a decent number of games. You expect him to be there. Move on. Okay. Let's start. Cole Palmer. Yeah, I expect him to be there. He's part of the first team squad for the last 2 seasons. Whether he goes out on loan or not this season, I expected him to be there. James McAtee, but no Tommy Doyle. What are your thoughts, Bernard? If I can understand them.
Yeah, I think we know. I think of the 2 guys, we thought McAtee might get the opportunity. I think we said it before. I think Mr. Doyle might have to go somewhere else and prove his worth. He did well. He did well at Sheffield, of course, but not up to the scale, I think, of McAtee. And we'll know that. Obviously, we watch these guys very closely, don't we, when they go on loan to these clubs. So the backroom staff would have had words with Pep, and I think it's very likely, obviously, that Mr. Doyle might be somewhere else on loan, as is our way at the moment with guys like that.
Yeah, give Tommy Doyle another chance on loan, I think, rather than discard him. Give him that chance because, look, because of various reasons, he's a City fan. He's got City heritage running through his veins.
DNA.
You know,
he has got DNA. He's got the City DNA, that's for sure.
I'm afraid I can't hear what Bernard's saying. I hope you guys can. But obviously, Glimpardo and Mike Doyle, who are his granddads. So he's got that. So I'm glad they're giving him an extra, hopefully, an extra season on loan somewhere rather than, getting rid of him. James McAtee, we feel he can make it. Oh, lost Bernard there. Oh, maybe Bernard will be back. You can see a little bit more of my bedroom. It's what a mess my bedroom is in this hotel. It's absolute tip. Let's get rid of a bit of it. But we just work, come back, eat, collapse, and get back to work the next day. So it's hard work for some of us. Maybe Bernard will be back. Bernard is back. Let's see if Bernard is going to stay back. Come on, Bernard. Come on, buddy. Come on, Bernard.
Can you hear me now?
Come on, Bernard. He's back. I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
I think there's a bit of a lag. I think there's still a lag, though, mate. I don't know whether this is going to be a bit of a disaster, I think, tonight.
A bit of a delay. It's not going to be a long stream. But I'm just going to ask you about Oscar Bob, because he's the one, a name that I guess a lot of fans may not have heard of. Are you surprised to see Oscar Bob there?
No, he seems to have been there for years. I mean, I remember joking with him to another channel 4 or 5 years ago, or certainly 2 or 3 years ago, anyway, 3-4 years ago. And by all accounts, what I've been reading, he's been doing very, very well. So that it's a pleasant surprise that he may get an opportunity like McAtee as well. Yeah.
Are you disappointed with anybody who's not there, like Carlos Borges, or is there anybody else that you'd have liked to have gone?
Borges was hinted at, wasn't it? Borges was there's a lot of positivity about Borges getting into this. I was a bit. I saw him once. Last season when we played that game against Girona in the friendly game against Girona at Christmas time after the World Cup, and he came on. He didn't play the full game, but I was very unimpressed with him. What I saw obviously he had about 20-30 minutes to show off. And I thought it was very cumbersome and a bit like a poor man's Lukaku, which says it all, really, doesn't it? So I had no great confidence. But again, he's been touted. He's been touted around that he's had a good season. But it doesn't surprise me, but it will surprise some people.
Yeah, I mean, he was in one of the squads last season. I remember that, or he was expected to be in one of the squads. So people were thinking he might go on tour. I thought he had a better than 50-50 chance because of obviously the noises made. The worry for me is obviously if kids don't go, he can look at it and say, hey, I'm not going to make it. You know, I'm not in favour. What's that route Jadon Sancho took? I'm going to go down the same route. You know, Rabbi Matonda had to leave to get anywhere. Bertrand Selina, and many, many others have taken that route to leave because they don't see a pathway through at City. And maybe Carlos Borges says, well, you know, despite how confident he is in his own ability, he might have to accept that he's not going to be pushing Erling Haaland aside anytime soon. So this is the issue for the kids. They're going to have to be incredible to even get a sniff. And maybe Carlos Borges, I said this last season, that I just don't see him having the opportunities. We've got Erling Haaland. We've got World Cup winner Julian Alvarez, which if we wanted to sell Julian Alvarez now, I think we'd get north of 60 million, maybe 80 million for Julian Alvarez. So I think Carlos Borges might look at that. I mean, might have already said something. It might have already said something that's annoyed people, which is why he's not there. Obviously, we don't know. I'm not trying to speculate. I'm just trying to have a. Well, maybe I'm just trying to go. I've frozen, trying to guess why he's not there. I think this is not going to be a long stream, just because of connectivity issues. But it's weird though. When I was in Northern Ireland, I'm doing the stuff off my phone. Absolutely no problem. I'm sure in some of these big chain hotels that want you to pay for the premium service, they block the internet on a little bit, because where I am, I'm not in the middle of nowhere. You know, I'm not in the middle of nowhere. I've got 4G. It should be all right. And my phone's next to my laptop. I can't do much about that. I've been trying to upload this Laporte video for the last 2 hours. I've done about 30%. It's a nightmare. It's rubbish. Actually, when did I start? I started at 5 o'clock uploading this Laporte video.
It's a bit like trying to load. It's a bit like trying to load a Spectrum 48K game, isn't it? In the old days.
Yeah, well, it's up to 33%. So my video took so long to upload yesterday. I think this Laporte will be an all-nighter. I'm really disappointed because I wanted Laporte video to go out because Guardiola's coming. Laporte might be on his way. I thought that was worth, you know, I did the recording this morning while I was out and thought I could squeeze this out. But anyway, it is what it is. I'm going to wind it down because it is a difficult do tonight. But what have we got to look forward to in the next few days, Bernard? We've obviously got this. How many games have we got on? All sold out very, very quickly. I think 2 of them sold out within 30 minutes, 70,000 seats.
Yeah. Well, obviously we've got Yokohama on Sunday. Then we follow that with Bayern Munich next Wednesday. And then the following weekend, of course, Atletico Madrid over in Korea, South Korea, isn't it, that one? Where I think Michael will have a report on that one for us.
Hopefully. I don't think I get a ticket. I think he thought tickets would be easy to get hold of. But it'd be interesting. I hope Bayern Munich don't do to us what they did to that other club the other day when they beat them 27-0. Even the other club was. I'll tell you what, but the other club was so poor. I mean, they were that bad that even Sadio Mane scored in the night.
I did comment on that on Twitter. I said there's something wrong with that score. Mane's on the score sheet. It can't be right, that.
I wouldn't. I mean, I'm not that I'm interested, but I wonder if he had to play 90 minutes to score the goal rather than come on as a sub.
Well, I think the team are in the 9th tier, aren't they, of the German level, 9th tier, which is like Whitley Bay. Whitley Bay in our country, there'd be a similar standard. I think Whitley Bay would have put up more of a fight, that's for sure.
Yeah. Sean C says, visit carefully. Well, that's whatever you do here, be careful. Be carefully about it. Castle yesterday. So if I guess Sean's seen that video, the Mahrez video I did whilst at the Castle. But Mahrez, I'll throw it in there. Mahrez is going. He's going for 30 million quid. Guardiola's coming. Best part of 100 million euros. Other things, you just have to wait and see. Hopefully, as I said, I'll do that special video about Bernardo Silva tomorrow. And we'll, it's not long now. It's not long now before this. It's not long before the season starts, Bernard. It is, by my reckoning, we play the Community Shield on the 6th of August. So we're looking at 18 days. Wow.
Yeah,
3
I
weeks.
mean, just
It's
before you do go,
you
Ray, that squad that we took to Japan, all right, add Guardiola to it. Do you think that's capable of going a 4-timer and retaining the Champions League?
retaining the Champions League is harder than the 4-timer. So I'll chuck that squad up there. So what Bernard's just said. Retaining the Champions League, I think, is harder than there you go, full squad there. When we look at it, you look at the goalkeepers, I'm not bothered. Okay. Defense, you've got, even if Walker goes, you've got Diaz, Stones, Ake, forget Cancelo. You've got Laporte, forget him for the time being, so I think he will look at leaving. I think Gomez stays, Akanji, and you've got, I think, Rico Lewis. I think we've got enough in defence with Guardiola. Yeah, even if we lost Kyle Walker and Laporte, the level of Guardiola, I think, is enough. I think that's, so I'm not worried about that. I still want another midfielder. We've lost obviously Gundogan. Mahrez has gone. There will be somebody else coming in. I guarantee you there. There is no way we go into this season with that squad. Ignore the kids. Rico is in the exception. I'll ignore the kids. But in midfield, yes, there are issues. Obviously, we don't know what's happening with Bernardo. Mahrez is gone. And Gundogan's gone. Or Mahrez is about to be gone. So that looks a little bit light. So that's where I expect us to get another body. Even though we've got Kovacic, you know, losing Mahrez, we haven't got a like-for-like replacement. Obviously, we've got Phil Foden, and I think he'll be there. He'll do a good job. But we were already weak last season, and who's to know that, you know, Joao Cancelo might throw another wobbly, or I expect him to go out on loan. I think that's the only right thing to do, because as far as I'm concerned, Joao Cancelo is behind Rico Lewis. He's behind Sergio Gomez, behind everybody else. I don't want to see him play for City again. I don't hate him or anything, but I think his behaviour is unbecoming of a professional footballer. You know, I understand it. You want to play football, but he cries too easily and too often for my liking. So to answer your question, I think that squad is currently good enough to challenge for the Premier League and the Champions League. Winning it, I think we need 2 more bodies. Do you think we'll have the passion for it? Do you think we'll have to fight for it after last season? Yes, I do. I think the players that are staying have the passion, the fight. The players that are leaving don't. They've done their time. Gundogan's gone. Yes, it was the end of his contract, but he's been here for so long. He's done his time. Walker, similar sort of thing. He knows he's slipping down the pecking order. Laporte, slipping down the pecking order. So the ones that are staying, Bernardo, I don't want to say too much, but Bernardo, the last 2 seasons he's been looking for a way out. He's not got it, but he's knuckled down and he's done the business. I think you said there was a few months where, his head probably wasn't there, but end of last season, Bernardo Silva did the business. You can't argue about that. So, it's gonna, as I said, it's gonna be very interesting. But I think we've got enough about us to do well, but we do need, I think, 2 more players. The hunger and desire will be there. You've got people like Phil Foden who will have that hunger and desire. KDB, I can't see him stepping off that passion anytime soon. He's 32 years old. He knows he hasn't got much time left. He's not sticking around just to finish second or third. He wants to win stuff. In the last couple of years of his career, maybe he's got about 3 years left, good years left in him. But you never know. Luka Modric is still playing at 37. So I think there's enough passion there. You've got players coming through. I expect Grealish to show passion, Foden to show passion, Julian Alvarez, Haaland. Our forward line will show passion. McAtee or Cole Palmer, if they're in and around squad, They'll show passion. Edison, he won't show passion. He's calm as anything. He's not going to get a ruffle Edison. But I think the other thing that helps to show passion, it might not be showing passion, but the competition places at the back. Gvardiol won't play. Rico Lewis wants to play. Johnny Stones wants to play. Kanji wants to play. Aki wants to play. Ruben Diaz wants to play. That's 6 already. And if Laporte does stay, this 7. You got 6 there. And you got Gomez. All these players wanting to play put pressure on each other. So I think the passion will be driven by that desire to be in that team, knowing that you're going to have to work really hard to get there. The issue for me is that midfield issue. Rodri, I think he'll be all right. But I just think we're a little bit light in midfield and on the right. And I think we'll address that with at least 1, if not 2 more players. I'm expecting 2. Or obviously, it depends on who leaves. If Bernardo goes, definitely we're getting 2 players. But I think minimum 1. And yeah, we will challenge. I've got us down to win it. But, look, you'd have to be a mug not to say City are going to be in the shake-up, because we should be. We've won it 3 times on the bounce, 5 and 6. We've got to be in that shake-up. And the only season that people won it they were just lucky, weren't they? Alex says Gvardiol is a hell of a signing. Since we've had no power, no doubt. We've been doing it for over a decade. Absolutely. Omar Abdelmas, Philip, don't tell everyone my secret. We need a replacement for Gundu and Mahrez. I don't think we need a replacement for Mahrez, but I want an upgrade. I don't want someone who's just as good. I want someone better. I want someone who's going to be a game changer. And however much you might like Mahrez, too often he wasn't a game changer. He wasn't that stardust, that sprinkling of magic. And that's what I want. I want someone who, I'm not saying I want Messi, but someone of that ability. You can't get a Messi's ability, but you know what I mean. I think you want someone who will, given the opportunity to play, will really affect games. I want someone who's direct. My love for Krashkavili or whatever is. After 6 months, I still can't pronounce his name. But someone like that, someone who is, in my opinion, a direct player, a game changer, scores goals, creates havoc, gets assists. And I think if he's playing for City, he will get more goals and create more trouble, get more assists than Mahrez ever did at City. So that's why I want someone like him playing for City. But look, we're favourites, and we're favourites for a reason, because we've been here, we've done it. We've done it, as I said, 5 times in the last 6 years. In the last 10 years, it's, they might as well, start writing our name now, because it has been ours. So I think we'll make a good fist of it. What do you think? Do you think we'll do well this season, Bernard? Or do you think
I'll sort of hold me fire a little bit, see how things go early doors, and see what we do end up with squad-wise. I do think we need a little bit more creativity, perhaps, than we've got at the moment. Without KDB, if KDB still carrying this problem he ended the season with as well. I know he's going over to Japan, so he didn't have to stay home to get treatment or anything like that. So that's good. That's a good sign. But I just want a bit more creativity, where, like you say, they're either on the wing or midfield, someone with a bit more, because I think Umar's asking about Kovacic, isn't he? I don't think Kovacic is going to give us that creativity. He's just a sort of box-to-box, sort of hard-working midfielder, isn't he? So I wouldn't mind, as you say, someone like that flying winger, or someone with a bit of. I've just been watching old David Silva today. It just made me pang for something creative. So that's what I want to see. But whether it's out there, I'm not too sure. I don't think particularly it is at the moment.
If it is, it's usually not going to be cheap unless you unearth a diamond like a Kanji. The issue is we're losing Gundogan, who had that creativity, who had that golden touch in scoring goals as well. I think we're going to find out very soon how big a loss Gundogan is, and how big a loss Mahrez, I think less so, but because he wasn't the first team player. But Mahrez being there puts pressure on other players. And I think that's the importance of having a very strong squad. It's putting pressure on first team players to know that if you don't hit the mark, if you're not consistently good, then you're out. I'm waiting. There's someone else waiting to take your place. Bernardo Silva knows if he's not on his game, Phil Foden can step in. Riyad Mahrez will step in. They're very happy to. Everybody has to know that. It doesn't matter who you are, how good you are, what your reputation is, what you've achieved in the past. Pep don't care. You've got to do the business week in, week out. It's not going to be easy this season. I like you, Bernard. I think we'll find out very, very quickly within the first few weeks whether we're going to have that hangover or whether it's going to be we're going to be bouncing it again. Certainly not. I don't want Neymar. You can no, thank you. KDB's in the spot. Why if he's not injured? Why not? And it's also part of bonding as well. You don't just go there to get fitness. You don't go there to earn the club money. It's part of team spirit and bonding. And if he's the next captain, then I think he has to be there. Unless he's terribly injured, I think he has to be there because he's going to be the face of Manchester City for the next year or two. Now that Gundogan's gone, he's going to be this kind of player spokesperson. And I think he has to be there to basically galvanize the troops. And any new people we get, obviously we've only got one new person there, but also it's going to help the kids coming through. And if Gvardiol goes over there, I think everybody hunkers down. It's not a siege mentality, but you want to be a very tight, close group of players. So I think KDB has to be there. He's not, it's not as if he's got a broken leg or something and a torn cruise shirt that that he can't be walking around or play. I don't know what his full fitness state. We'll find out in the next couple of days. We'll see them in training, and we'll see what KDB's like. By signing back, no, thank you. His time has gone. Pep begged and begged and begged and hoped and begged and begged and hoped, and Sane didn't stick around. And if Sane stuck, I honestly believe if Sane stuck around, knuckle down, we'd have had more than one Champions League title. I really do believe that because the guy was so good, so fast, so direct and dangerous, and he was so young. Imagine what he'd have learned in the intervening, 4 years? Mm-hmm. How good he would be at City. Pep. It's a frightening thought because he was very good 4 years ago, but how much better would he have been? KDB's no captain. Diaz should take that spot. What do you think? It depends. Captains come in different guises. You don't have to be a shouter and a baller. And KDB, don't get me wrong, he is a shouter and a baller. If he's not happy, he lets people know. He had a go at Mahrez for being greedy. So you'll need someone who's got a little bit of backbone. And I think he's got that. So I have no issue about KDB being captain. I don't. If you want,
it's not going to bother Diaz, is it? Because Diaz will shout and organise and whatever. It doesn't matter if he's not the captain or not. It doesn't make any difference to his game. He'll carry on regardless, being a captain, whether he is one or not.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I have no problem. About KDB being captain. It'll only be for 2 seasons, I reckon. And then it'll probably be Diaz, who's the next captain at Manchester City. I can't see beyond that, to be honest. Alex says Sane wanted out. He even cried on Pep's shoulders after City smacked Bayern. How I remember that. Sane and Haaland would be unfair to pace. But Sane's not around, and we move. Come on, imagine that Crash Pavia on the wing, Haaland in the middle, and let's say Foden on the right. I mean, phew, that just would be that would be insane or insane. On that terrible bum note, I think I do need to vacate the building. Come on, I've only got that's blooming. That Laporte video's gone up to 37%. It is an old. Yeah, been on for 20 minutes or whatever, 30 minutes, it's gone up by 3%, 4%. You can see how hard it is over here. I should go down McDonald's and upload it there. Bernard, my beauty. Thanks for coming on tonight, mate. You working tomorrow? Early start?
Yeah.
Well, good luck. And I'll drop your line in a minute. Once I sort something out with Colin Savage. We will be recording another video with Colin Savage. Talking about, what do you think we're going to talk about? Money. We're talking money. So hopefully we record. No, I'm not telling you. It's a secret for everybody else. I'll tell you off air. But we're recording another video about money. It's a different tack to what we've been doing before. A new video about money. Not finances as such, but sources of money. And I think it's going to be interesting one. It has to be interesting to get Colin involved. He has to be interested to do it. So I'll let you know off air. It'll be a lot of fun. But thanks a lot, Bernard. Thanks a lot, guys. If you're new to the channel and you've watched 31 minutes, you've managed to stagger all the way through with our internet connectivity issues. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it.
Yeah, cheers. Well done. Sticking with us.
Stick with us. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon so you're notified as soon as new videos come out. And if I can get my internet sorted, there'll be another video dropping tonight, but the way it's going, it'll probably be tomorrow. But take care. Look after yourselves. See you later, Bernard. See you
later, guys.